been used for 69% of the nation's murders, 41% of robberies, and 22% of aggravated assaults in the past 5 years, it is not difficult to see the dangers and harms of having firearms accessible to the public. If having guns in public causes this much harm to people, what will having them in schools around inexperienced children do to the safety of the schools and students in the schools? This possible danger is the reason why I negate the resolution that the United States government should provide teachers with a firearm to have in their classroom. My first contention is that it would be extremely costly to train teachers on the use of firearms, and no training would be extensive enough. My first contention is that it would be extremely costly to train teachers on the use of firearms, and no training would be extensive enough. In an article by CBS News, the point is made that we could give teachers all the training in the world, but knowing when to shoot possesses a major problem. No matter how extensive of training the teachers receive, not every single teacher will be able to respond to an extreme crisis situation that is presented when they are faced with an armed attacker. As stated by Donald Bradley of the Kansas City Star, we would be asking school officials, trained as educators, to make a quick transition from teacher to SWAT member. This transition is nearly impossible because the amount of training required to do this would be excessively expensive. In Kansas City, basic gun training for only 2 teachers is around $17,500. There is no way a teacher is going to be nearly as effective as a trained law enforcement officer, no matter how much training they receive. Even if a teacher receives many, many hours of training, their ability to react in some extreme crisis situation will never be truly measured until they have to act and react to protect their students. My second contention is that providing teachers with guns could contradict students, parents, and teachers' ethics and values. My second contention is that providing teachers with guns could contradict students, parents, and teachers' ethics and values. School officials were quick to express their support for people who legally carry guns, but they were wary at the idea of weapons inside of school buildings. The school officials have sort of a double standard because they know how much more dangerous guns are for untrained and inexperienced children than only trained adults. In Georgia, school leaders turned down a new option to arm teachers, arguing that it does not make kids any safer. The presence of guns in the classroom and anywhere on the school campus presents more of a sense of danger than gives a sense of security and safety. As my partner stated, the possibility of an accidental shooting far outweighs the benefits. When the School Improvement Network administered a survey to over 10,000 educators in all 50 states in January of 2014, they found that 72% of educators would not likely bring a firearm to school if allowed. This shows that even if the United States government tried to pass a law allowing teachers to carry guns during school, it would most likely not have enough support to put it into effect. The affirmative plan would not work because providing teachers with guns would be extremely expensive. The teachers that they talked about bought her own firearm. Not every teacher will be able to do this and will not have the financial means to do this. The security can be improved through government funding instead of the government funding guns. Improving the security of schools, such as cameras or security personnel, through the U.S. government's money would provide more safety than having guns provided to teachers. What would happen if a teacher accidentally shot a student? How would the possibility of an accidental shooting make the student safer? In conclusion, arming teachers would cause more harm and pose more risk to students and other teachers than increasing the safety of the students. There is not enough training that is within a school's budget or the federal government's budget offered that would prepare a teacher well enough to handle an extreme crisis situation and be able to face a gunman and protect their student. This is why I firmly negate the resolution. I am now ready for processing.